Hey guys, Edward here from Edward279, the Mixed Content Creator. So, I know this is a little bit weird for my videos, but I'll give you 10 seconds to guess what in the world this thing is. Time's up. Time's up. If you haven't already guessed, this is one of the most important chemical equations for life to exist. This is none other than the humble photosynthesis equation. But now you might be questioning, what is photosynthesis and why is it so important? Well, this video's got your back on photosynthesis. It's got your back when it comes to photosynthesis. Because I know a lot more about this crucially important process that meets the, because there's much more about this crucially important process that meets the eye than that meets the eye. So first off, who performs photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is performed by the following. Plants, algae, and weirdly enough, certain bacteria. They are also photosynthesized for their nutrition. Now the definition of photosynthesis. To understand the definition of anything, we need to break up the word. First up, the photo part. Photo means, in this terminology, means light. So, what? Thanks. So, photo means light. And the synthesis part? The synthesis part comes from synthesize. Okay, so which definition is to make? So, the basic definition of photosynthesis. So the oversimplified definition of photosynthesis is to make something with light. Okay, now photosynthesis, seems pretty simple, and it is. Yes. But now let's explain it and actually explain it in detail. So, as far as plants are concerned, and here's all you need to know. Plants perform photosynthesis in their leaves. Perform photosynthesis in their leaves, which is the background reason why, which is not the full answer to why, which, by the way, is not the full answer to why leaves are green, but is part of the puzzle. I'll make a video on on why leaves are green in the future. Sure. So well, now let's get to actually explaining photosynthesis. There are three key ingredients that you need for photosynthesis. There are three key ingredients for photosynthesis. This. Ingredient number 1. Water. Every living organism needs it, and plants are no exception. Ingredient number 2. Carbon dioxide. This is why trees are often are thought of as a common solution to climate change. Because trees use up carbon dioxide for photosynthesis, and carbon dioxide just so happens to be one of the world's most powerful greenhouse gases. The third and final ingredient, sunlight. Sunlight helps plants convert the water and carbon dioxide into glucose, which they use as fuel. Oh, and this process also produces oxygen as a byproduct. Which is why houseplants are often used to filter the air because photosynthesis gets rid of any contaminants and pumps out fresh oxygen. Okay, I already showed you the photosynthesis equation, but let me write it in words for you. As you know, water and carbon dioxide react with sunlight in a plant's leaves to make glucose and oxygen, as well as water from any leftovers. So now we'll really get into how this process works. All the ingredients for photosynthesis are in the environment. How do they get... So that brings up a question. How do the materials they need for photosynthesis, plants need for photosynthesis, get inside the leaf? The answer is these things. These are called stomas. What the stoma does is let the necessary ingredients for photosynthesis go into the leaf. This means the carbon dioxide can enter into the stomas. The carbon dioxide and water can enter through the stomas to get to the plant's chlorophyll factories. Well, actually not. Actually, I said it wrong. The carbon dioxide and water enter into into the chloroplasts, the glucose factories where photosynthesis is performed. Now, the reason why chloroplast is not shown on this diagram is because while chloroplasts do exist in leaves, in order to see them, you need to zoom down to the individual cell. Now there are many parts to a plant cell, but when it comes to photosynthesis, this part is the most important. Is by far the most important for photosynthesis. The chloroplast captures sunlight and is the plant's glucose and makes the glucose. Yes, glucose is actually made inside the chloroplast. This thing the chloroplast captures sunlight and makes glucose out of it. As well as water and oxygen. Oxygen, if you look back at the photosynthesis equation. So, what is photosynthesis? In summary, photosynthesis is a process in which plants and algae use to make their food, to make nutrients to survive. Now for the final question. But why is it so important? Why is it so important for photosynthesis to be able to occur? To answer that, we need to look at a food chain. This isn't to look at the food chain. Without photosynthesis, plants wouldn't be able to make their own food, which means herbivores would die out, which means the animals that eat those herbivores would die out, and the domino effect would affect every living organism on Earth. So yeah, without photosynthesis, life on Earth would go extinct. Alright, now this is all the time I have, so I gotta go. Bye!